Hello everybody, welcome back. This is going to be episode 9 for our legendary Empire campaign for Total War Warhammer. I am the strategy professor. Just mark down the time here real quickly. Alright, so it has been a couple of days since I've played an Empire, or really anything on Total War Warhammer. I had a huge stockpile of episodes because I just had some free time at the end of last week to just do a whole bunch of episodes, but I have to always go back, do those highlights, create the thumbnail, do all the tags, and just a lot of behind the scenes stuff before I'm able to post it up. So each episode takes roughly an hour and a half to 2 hours to create. And since I'm doing 4 campaigns now, you know, that means between 6 to 8 hours if I were to do one video per day on the campaigns. So I might be able to do that some. It is the summertime, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to keep that up all the time, but we'll see. I'm also creating some League of Legends content. I'm trying to do just 1 or 2 episodes a day. Those are a bit faster. It takes about maybe 30 to 45 minutes to shoot one of those, and it really doesn't have a ton of editing or anything. I still have to do the thumbnail, but I don't have to do the highlights and stuff like that, so I can get those out a little bit faster. So I'm trying to do 1 or 2 episodes of League of Legends, and then every other day I'm going to try to give you at least 1 or 2 episodes from each campaign as much as possible. So just stay tuned for that. And also, we've been getting some pretty lively commentary going on in some of the videos, and I love that. So if you ever have any questions about anything that I did, or you have some suggestions for ways that perhaps I could have played that episode better, or just a certain strategy you would like to see me try to implement, please just leave the comments. And I read every comment and respond to every comment, and I always enjoy having a conversation with you guys. I recently had a new subscriber ask me if I would name a character after him in the game, and I will oblige. So if you want me to name a character after you in the game, just subscribe and let me know what you'd like for me to name, and if it's something that's appropriate and makes sense, then we'll do it. Now I try to keep this channel as PG-13 as I possibly can, usually PG. Sometimes in League of Legends, if something catches me off guard and I'm streaming live, I might cuss a little bit under my breath. Occasionally, League of Legends will just do that to you, but I try to keep it really clean on all the channels, and especially for Total War Warhammer and the academic content that I'm bringing out. So we'll keep that in mind, but I will probably be able to do many names if you want for me to do them. Just send some comments, let me know, and I'll try to work you in. Now, obviously, supplies are limited. There's only so many lords we can do. I don't know if I'll rename entire units. I probably won't rename individual units, but I might rename lords after people as supplies last. So if you're interested in that, just let me know and I'll try to work it in. So this guy's name, I believe, is Malcador the Sigillite. I looked it up a little bit, and I think he's from, I don't remember what the name of the game was, but it was some kind of conflict in Terra or something like that. And he looked like a powerful wizard type of person, so I went ahead and made him a wizard. I could have turned him into a lord, but the lords already get these titles, like the Emperor's Eye, based on the position that I give them within the Offices tab. And so this name will be changing a lot, and it'd be kind of weird to have 2 different names that are like the something, the something. So, for instance, the Spy Master, the Malcador the Sigillite. Like, it'd just be so many titles. So I think it just makes sense for a wizard, and I think the person is magical from what I understand, from what I read on Wikipedia. The person seems magical, so I think a wizard makes sense. So we'll go ahead and just name Malcador. So I hope you enjoy it, Malcador. This one's for you. Alright, so let's get back into it. Okay, so one of the most interesting developments at the end of the last episode that I reviewed was the appearance of dwarfs right here within our territory. They might just be passing through, so they aren't technically raiding us yet, but that's right on the edge of our territory, and that expresses to me deliberate hostility, because he could have just gone 1 pixel over and he would not have been in my territory. So this is pretty threatening. It's pretty disconcerting. It's only 14, but remember, dwarves are extremely strong. They have 80 armor and shields, so I cannot trade ranged shots with them very easily. And they're just really hard to deal with for all the reasons I've described before. So I'm really not ready for that yet. I'd like to be tier 4 before I face dwarves. But we can deal with that if we have to. we just don't particularly have great troops for it right now. And we really need Empire Knights as well if we're going to start trying to deal with that. But I would really like to get up here and finish up Middenheim, just to get this territory under control. And yeah, I just want to just free this up so I can bring this army down south. So I have to make a choice. Let me just look at diplomacy. Let's go ahead and do diplomacy real quick. I think I did break a non-aggression pact, sort of on accident last turn, and went to war with the Vampire Counts. We got paid a pretty good amount, 2,500 gold or so, but I'm worried that it may have hurt our trust rating. We're still trustworthy, so it's not too bad. But if you ever break treaties, it can really entice people to go to war with you, so you always want to keep up with that. Marienburg is also massing up a large amount of forces over here, so that's worrisome. They're ranked 6.
Approach and make your offer.
They're extremely strong. Just checking in on everybody else. We're getting a negative 20 great modifier now, so we're getting even more territory. So that's not good. We're probably going to get a lot more wars very soon.
Do not waste my time with petty talk. Make your offer and be done.
Okay, so they don't want to confederate. I'm not going to get peace with them unless they want to confederate. I think Nordland, I didn't go back and see, but I know that's... Oh, Nordland, no, we just got a peace treaty with them, so we're good with them. Ostermark or Ostland, one of these groups removed our treaty with them. I believe we had a non-aggression with them, and they got rid of it, so we know they're going to be coming for us pretty soon, one of these places. So we just want to be ready for that as well. I think there's going to be a lot of wars breaking out. Yeah, it was probably Ostermark, because we still have a lot of negativity going on there. Ostland and Stirland, there was this countess that just really, we had some kind of event basically that caused us a lot of problems with Stirland. Or no, it wasn't Stirland, it was Wiesenland, that's right. So this recent events with Wiesenland -16. So yeah, she doesn't like us very much, and we just basically got a huge negative modifier, which is very problematic, because that's in the south. And they could just hit us anytime they want. So yeah, not a lot of great stuff going on diplomatically. Telebec Land has been kind of upset with us for a while, because we're allied with Stirland. So Stirland's kind of our closest ally right now. They don't like that we're allied with the Red Fangs, which is bad. But we're in okay shape with them. See, Bretonia, that great power modifier is pretty bad. Yeah, it's just going to make it really hard to do any kind of trade. And that happens a lot. I say that the Vampire campaigns, it's really hard on Legendary if you're doing your job, if you're taking a lot of territory and just dominating a lot of fights, you will get this great power modifier, and it makes it very, very hard to do any sort of trade agreements or diplomacy. Now, who are the dwarfs? Okay, so we're improving with the dwarfs because we broke the treaty with the Vampire Council. They like that. They really don't like that I have a treaty with the Red Fangs now.
What brings you to the halls of
We're not be able to do a trade agreement with them, but... So, I mean, they just took this port. They just confederated and got this port last turn. It may have been better to get a trade agreement with them rather than the Red Fangs, rather than allying with the Red Fangs, but that wasn't really on the table before. So... I don't think Carrickazul wants
Make
peace.
your proposal.
That's fine. Carrick Norn is really the one that... We got negative 20 with them. They don't like a lot of stuff that we're doing.
I am not in a good mood.
Yeah, we're not going to be able to do anything with them. Carrick Sifwin is still kind of neutral with us. Carrick Katrina, of course, doesn't like us. I think we made a peace treaty with them a while ago for some cash. Let's just see if these other places will give us some peace treaties real quickly.
Let's have you then.
So we're not going to be able to deal with the dwarves diplomatically, it seems.
All right.
We're just seeing if any of these factions are dying and they want peace. How much are the Red Fangs giving us now? Is it still the same amount? Yeah, even more, 467. So that's more than a trade agreement I would get with the dwarves, I'm pretty sure. So it's still pretty solid. Kislev is still pretty cool with us. Alright, let me see if Kislev will pay us
In
some
the
cash.
north, we have cold hearts and hate.
No. So they're still pretty cool with us, but Top Notch just went to war, so that's not going to work. Border Princes.
Deliver your message.
Nothing going on there. Vampire counts. I don't think they want peaceful.
Speed.
No, oops. A couple things. I just want to see if anyone green wants to give us cash real quick. I don't remember if we checked that last turn or not.
Come in peace.
Not happening. The time for
I will
free
listen,
cash is about over.
but my time is short.
It's just really something you can leverage in the early game, but once you start getting this aversion, diplomatic penalty stuff,
The Hoolies want to talk.
then it's harder to get it. Okay, so that's all done. Let's go ahead and look at our buildings. So we're not looking great on cash, obviously, right now. We're 5 turns out from being able to start level 4, which is good. Currently able to recruit a lot. Now, how much? Let's see. Helmgart is a level 2. I just want to see their garrison. So they only have a 6 garrison. So if I run over here with him, it'll give us 15 units against the dwarves 14. I think we'll lose that. But I could potentially go over here and hire some more units. I would have to run to get into range. But if I do that, I want to stay on the outside, because then if they attack me, then I can maybe still run away after we lose the fight.
I will not.
But I think I need to come over here and have a little show
Yes,
of
my
force. So I think I'll go ahead and do that. Now, if I run, however, I'm not going to be able to recruit. So I think I can just walk over here and try to intimidate them. Which may not work, but at least I'm showing a sign of strength. And they have crossbowmen, which means these pistoliers are going to be borderline worthless. Now I could go deep in the tank and get a bunch of Empire Knights, but I don't think that's going to be... we may not have 2 turns. I could maybe just get a couple. And if we have the time, great. If we don't have the time, we can just cancel them. Maybe that's what I'll do. Before I decide what to buy here, let me just see
I am the supreme
what's going on up
patriarch.
here. So let me just...
Fight for our nation!
Okay, so we just got our tower, so we can fight them with just this army. I suspect it's going to be challenging. Now, they don't have a lord here, which is good, but they do have Empire Knights. We only have 1 mortar. We're going to have to walk up with our siege tower. We still have a lot of high-tier units. We have some decent units, but... yeah, I just feel like we just don't have enough power to really comfortably get through this siege. So... alright, so let's just continue the siege for now. We'll get 1 battering ram.
To arms!
And... I think if we run... I'm not sure about how far Balthazar's going to be able to run. He can actually run quite far. So we could run Balthazar all the way up there. I don't see any other threats here other than the dwarves. I mean, Marienburg is obviously a threat, but we can't be hanging out here. So I think I'm just going to run... I'm just going to run him up here as far as I can. And then next turn I might be able to support and fight that.
It is best to move.
Okay, so we're just running up as far as possible. I mean, we might be able to just walk up there. We might have to dash. Remember, if we dash, we're going to be tired for the battle. We can still dash and support there. So, I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to hire... try to do the math. Alright, so we're going to be bleeding gold for a little bit. If we make these 2, that's a 1,600 gold commitment. 1,700 gold commitment. and make these and 3 of these. That'll be what? 1,700. 3 of these will be about 1,100. It's 2,800 out of our coffers, and we will be in debt 200, 400, 700. So we'd be in debt 1,500. So we go down to about 3,500. It's just way too much debt to take on. I just don't think we can afford that. So we're just going to have to go with cheap units just to fill out our roster here and just try to put up maybe a fight.
I will marshal the band.
So I'm going to go with swordsman. I do think that, I mean, the spearmen can be good, but I think swordsmen are just better. They have way more melee attack, and they have a shield, which is going to be very useful against those quarrelers. So yeah, swordsmen are just better. They're a little bit more expensive, but I think we can still afford some swordsmen. We can't get any more ranged units, which is problematic, but remember, our ranged units just aren't going to be that useful against theirs anyways. I do want these Empire Knights, though. If I just go just Empire Knights, that'll be like 500 extra gold per turn. That'll be 1,200. 1,600 to build would be 4,500. So that'd give us 3 turns before we bleed out, cash-wise. The problem is, okay, I take this huge army up here. I fight this. We win it next turn. Let's say we get... if we're able to sack it or something like that, which we'll probably do. They don't have a ton here. If we sack it, we'll probably get about 5,000. We might be able to do that. And just the thing is, I just don't think I can beat these. Now, is Paragon at war with dwarves?
Never.
I doubt it, but let's see. Bastogne. They're at war with Carrick Ziflin. So, I mean, the dwarves might be positioning to make a move on Bastogne, but I doubt it. So, I could just go for 2 Empire Knights, just so that I have something to deal with the dwarves. Now, if they come and fight me next turn, obviously that's bad, but I think I can afford 2 of them. Because I just don't think I'm going to be able to get the job done with just swordsmen and spearmen and pistoliers, because they're just going to probably beat me up.
By the comet.
It's just such a tough call. I mean, this is basically 2.5 times one of these spearmen, and I get the swordsman, and I get upgrades. So that's what, 70 combat effectiveness. They only have 52. Yes, I can charge, and they have more armor. Maybe I do just go swordsman. I'm just gonna go swordsman.
Sound plan.
Let's go. Let's just max it out, just in case we have to fight him next turn. This will increase our coffers. What, 500 a turn, so it'll be 1,200. I think. Might be better. Take it down to about 1,000. 1,000 in the red total every turn. I think we can afford that. If we can't, we can sell these guys eventually. They're not that great against dwarves. But I think this is fine. And it's just because I have 3 ranks, and it's just more cost effective. Like, yes, the Empire Knights are very good, but they don't have a ton of armor piercing. And I don't have a lot of upgrades for them yet. And I'm just really strapped for cash. So I think we're just going to go swordsman. Alright, what are we doing for buildings? I think we're just hanging out. I don't want to upgrade Helmgart, obviously, because it might get sacked. Grunberg, I could upgrade this, but we just don't have that kind of disposable income right now. Yeah, I think we're just hanging out. Yeah, I'm just going to hang out, wait on tier 4. Okay, so I think that's going to be it for this turn. If I'm not forgetting anything. What are we doing for text right now? We're doing... Okay, that's actually really good. Okay, looks good. So let's just cross our fingers and see what happens next turn. Hopefully the dwarves don't come kill us. Hamburg is just positioning strangely. Stirland... just kind of hanging out. All those people came up there just to chase down the dwarves. Okay, so he is actually running that way. Looks like he... I can't tell if he attacked the town and that's why they ran, or they just kind of ran on their own. So he's not positioning to fight us. He just stepped on our territory. That's good. Okay, very good. My guys are making some progress. Actually, maybe not. They're just trading hits. Who is this? Okay, this is actually my territory. But he's just trying to go to his town. I think that's fine.
Absolutely not.
I don't think he's getting that aggressive there. These dwarves ran away, so that's good.
Ready.
So I'm going to go ahead and sit in this town. It's a little bit dangerous because if they come in, they could kill me. But it also lowers the public order penalty. Okay, so here's the true battle here.
Indeed.
Okay, so I can just walk up and get into help range. I'm not sure how far I have to walk up. It's not telling me. I'll just walk up to here. That should definitely do it. Alright, let's take a gander here. Oops.
Attack! Raise your weapons!
Alright. So I could auto-resolve this. Obviously, I would like to do that because I just feel like a lot of people are going to die much more than... I don't think I'm going to get a 90% win. I might. But I think it's going to be really hard to crack in there and just break through all those people. What did I get with him again? Okay, I've got the Thunderbolt. That'll be pretty nice. Harmonic Convergence. Yeah, so Malcador is getting pretty strong. Do have one of these Empire Siege. I have 2 Siege Towers. Okay. I never like actually use Siege Towers with most races. I just get artillery and take them down. Or just beat them down with trolls or something, just because it takes so much time to build this stuff. So I think we'll fight this manually, and the reason is, as I always say, I don't want to exploit the AI. I think we're going to lose a lot more units than it's telling us we're going to lose. It's because we just don't have a great siege comm. Like, we have 1 mortar that's going to be able to maybe kill a tower, but we're just going to be eating a lot of arrows running up there. So I'm going to manually fight it. I think it's cool for you guys to see these kind of sieges also. Okay. So once again, I suspect we'll win this, but...
The siege weapons are ready, my lord. Deploy them against the enemy so we can see them in action.
This guy's so epic. Okay, gamble. Hopefully we get a little bit more. Let's see. We do have 2 wizards here. I think I would like to use Malcador.
Swordsman!
I think I would like to use Malcador as my main guy. Now, what we want to do here, ideally, is... I don't think we're going to be able to find a spot where we're only going to get shot by 1 tower. This is kind of a tougher siege. Because there are some of them where you can sort of position on the side and only get shot by 1 tower. But we just want to minimize the amount that we're getting shot. How much space here? So there's a wall here. So 2 would be able to shoot us here, these 2. If we come up and use the battering ram. And 2 would be able to shoot us here. So I think it's just symmetrical. It's just 4 on each one, right? There's not really... Now, there are more woods over here. And I think missiles have a slightly harder time firing into woods. I don't know that for sure. Actually, there's a lot more over here. Oh, well, this makes it easy. Our reinforcements are coming from over here. So this means we need to set up over here. Alright, so...
See to it.
This is interesting. Like I said, I haven't used these siege towers before. And I think I need to send out somebody to tank these shots so the siege towers don't take the hits.
Ready for war!
because I really don't want the siege tower to blow up. As far as the battering ram, okay, cool. So it looks like they have some pretty strong. I hope that means anti-missile. Okay. Alright, so these guys will bring over here. Come our one group. Two groups. Oh, two groups. Now, I don't. Oh, dang it. There we go. So we can fire at their archers that are up on their tower. We can fire at all kinds of things. We just want to be careful not to fire at our own troops too much. I'm going to make this 8. Let me see the range on this. It's pretty far. Not great. Well, we want to be over here as much as possible so that we don't get fired upon. Yeah, this should be fine. I think we want to try to take out this tower as much as possible. This is the one most likely to be manned. They could be here also, but it's hard for them to man that because they have to be all the way in this corner. Okay, these, you know, that's fine. We're not going to be using that much until we get inside the town itself, most likely. They don't have an arcing shot. I mean, we could run up and try to get some shots, but it's really hard with gunners to hit things on these walls. Door, let me see. Melee defense, armor. So we'll probably do the Thunderbolt. He doesn't have a lot. I was just looking to see if he had any defensive stuff, like to boost armor or anything like that. Now, we actually probably do not want our mortars to be firing directly into these. I imagine they probably can't hit their own thing. Oh, they have a huge range, so we can just back them way up. Yeah, that's fine.
Outriders!
Huge range.
General! Soldiers of the Empire!
Okay, so that should still be in range. Yeah, we still have a pretty good range there. So I think I want the battering ram up front, I believe. Or actually, no, they don't get... I thought they were... Okay, so it's these guys that are attached to them. I thought they were like hiding under this or something, but that doesn't make any sense. So who do I want to send up there to soak shots? I think just a pack of spearmen, maybe? Or some sacrificial spearmen just to go up first. So we'll just send them up first. It doesn't really matter if they die that much. And I just want them taking shots. So I would like to wait on my reinforcing army, but they're just going to be firing on me the whole time. So we're just not going to have the luxury of hanging out and waiting. These guys are just going to have to join as they can. Okay, so we just want to run up here, soak shots, and then just get these on the walls as fast as possible and just start banging on this gate. Okay, so we'll start deployment. And then we'll use most of the magic with Malcador here. Because Balthazar's magic is a little underwhelming at this point, because we haven't quite teched up enough to get his really good spells, so...
The siege weapons are in position, my lord, and are ready to begin their assault.
Okay.
Begin your advance.
Elevate cannon!
Fire, forward, forward.
Wise counsel! Let us got no lingering! That's an order!
Okay, so we're just going to bring everybody up. So we want to be as close to this side as possible. Some of our guys are actually getting hit by this third tower. We don't want that at all. We want to be able to come up here. Oh, and the battering ram is going to put on that.
We are Sigmar's heirs!
Oops. This over here, this over here. Alright, so it's just going to be crazy to try to micromanage all this stuff. No. Just... Yeah. I don't need to form up. That's fine. Just go. Get in there, guys. Come on. So many units to try to control. We'll just make them group 4, whatever. It's fine. Okay, so we're just coming up. We're shooting in here. Are my mortars like even firing? Like, what is going on? Like, fire. I just haven't seen any mortar shots. I guess I may have accidentally clicked them. Why is this guy not moving up here? This is pretty terrible micromanagement, I'm not gonna lie. It's a lot of units. Okay, there's his magic. Okay, so I just want to hit some of these guys, just shoot on them. Okay, so that seemed to do some pretty good damage. Sort of. Okay, get up here. Get up here. 9. Go ahead and fire. Let's go ahead and scale some walls, sure. Okay, so we'll put these guys up here, these guys over here. Are you guys actually fighting, or are they just hanging out? I think they're just hanging out.
Swordsman! Great swords for the Emperor! Ready for war!
Alright, so let's just go ahead and do one more shot here. We'll just fire here. That's fine.
Swordsman! For the twin-tailed comet! Ready for war! By Ulrich's star!
There we go. Just go ahead and climb up. Let's try to overrun him here.
Swordsman!
Well, that can't speed up.
For Heldenhammer!
We probably don't want to fire into our own guys too much. Let's just hold on that. Whoa. Whoa, 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 what? How did they get over there? Like, legit, I don't understand how my guys got over there. Why are they way over there? Like, I told them to I'll have to go back and watch the replay, but I just basically killed almost all my crossbowmen. I have no idea how they got over there. Legit, have no idea. It's not my finest micromanagement, guys, so may have to disregard this game in terms of the micro. Okay, so I want to fire the mortars into those guys. I still don't get it. Like, how does that even happen? Are we breaking in here? Are we already in? No, they're just hanging out. Okay, so let's just go ahead and just fire a bit more down on these guys. Just get this done.
Now! Crossbowmen! Take the ground! We are Sigmar's heirs!
So our guys are trying to beat down the doors here. Let's see. I just want to get away from these towers. Like, I don't understand at all how they're like over here, all my crossbowmen, when I told them to fire like here. I don't get how that works. Okay, so I don't want to run in there just yet. I want them to come out through this choke point at me. I don't want to be fighting in the choke point. So I have the ranged advantage at this point, so I'm fine with waiting on that. I'll just fire into this. And we'll go ahead and fire a bit more up here just to... Let's just go ahead and fire over here. Why is... I mean, that's fine. We're crushing them up top. I just... You know, auto-resolve would be much more efficient. It's just so hard to micro all this stuff. We just don't have a good, like, comp for this at all. We're just basically just running a bunch of units into them. We could try to raid the walls even more. I guess I'd go for that. It was just... Well, the ladder's already up there. Just not let me climb anymore? Okay, here we go. Yeah, get up there. Just get everybody up there. It's fine. I think this is just so crowded, though. Like, maybe I can just come over here. I don't know. I don't really see a need to do a lot here. I mean, we're just gonna shoot them down. Yeah, they're shooting at us now. Do all this mess. I guess we can just go ahead and just mass our way through. That's fine.
Moving out.
So they're not really guarding the door that heavily. We can go ahead and bring a lot of these horses in here, maybe.
Taking position.
Swordsman! By all its will! Moving out! Very well!
It's actually cheaper than the other guy's spell, Malcador, so maybe I use this one, I don't know.
Quakes. For the Emperor. Helden hammer. Swordsman. Spearman.
Alright, so let's just power our way in here.
Sir.
Come on. Why can't I just walk in here?
Move to battle.
There we go.
Celestial wizard. Yes,
So let's just fire on these guys, I guess. Well, at least this will be a good way to save some money, right? Just everybody dies in a siege that's really difficult to micromanage.
Yes, General. Sigma call. Yes.
Sigma calls!
For Helden hammer. Ah! Swordsmen to battle.
Alright,
Spearmen. Charge! For the twin tails.
so hopefully they start hopping down. I'm not really sure how this...
For Helden hammer. We are Sigma's heirs.
Get you guys just to form up right here, just against these Empire Knights. I don't really know if that's possible.
For Helden hammer. For the twin-tailed comet. By Sigma, obey me.
Okay, so I can have him go ahead and run in here.
To battle. Ready.
Yeah, I've used all of our magic. I'm not that impressed with this Thunderbolt. It just costs way too much mana. It didn't seem like it was doing any damage, really. I think the buff spells are much stronger in a lot of circumstances. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Stop. Get back here.
Quick march. Sir. At speed.
Let's get my cavalry in here. Where? Oh, my outriders are gone.
Ready for war. Crossbows ready, General. The Empire.
Alright, so let's go ahead and fire these into this.
Swordsman.
Because these Empire Knights are thinking about coming out on us here.
Pistoliers.
Yeah, we're just kind of overrunning them here.
Swordsman.
It'd be okay to just come around from this angle.
Yes,
So we just get a full surround on him in here.
Swordsman, Sigma call.
Yeah, I think we're pretty much crushing all that.
By Ulrich's wrath, the Empire endures. Ready. Understood.
So I think everybody there is doing okay. Just get in here, guys. So overcrowded in these cities when you have this many units.
Swordsman. Man the rams. Crossbowmen, sir.
Whatever, just have these guys shoot them. It's fine.
Ready, my lord. The Empire endures. Very
So the
well.
sieges could definitely use a little bit of work in this game, I think.
Take position.
But, I mean, they're okay. I like the concept. The thing about Attila was you just found whatever the optimal choke point was, and you just played defense there. At least that was my, that was how I did it with the Western Romans all the time.
We are Sigma's heirs.
And it was fun. It was fine. So I like how they're trying to make it a little bit more action-oriented here. But at the same time, it's like, this feels like it can get really crowded with huge armies. And the AI just has a hard time prioritizing things. Like, why are they holding this town square here instead of attacking?
Swordsman! Yes, General. We are Sigmar's Emperor!
Instead of, like, supporting their units earlier on.
Orders! The Empire is yours! Spearmen! The Empire endures! State troops ready! On! Ready, my lord! Yes, lord!
Alright, so all of this is pretty much under control. These knights are taking quite a long time to take down.
Raging targets!
I do have spears in there, but it still is taking a little bit.
For the twin tail comet! Crossbowmen! Ready! AK! Yes,
Guys, run.
General!
Let's go. So what is... Shoot those guys down, I guess. I don't know.
Swordsman!
What?
Tall, drunken
Why can't I attack these guys?
Man the rams!
Oh, because I'm
Take aim!
kidding me. Come on. It is really annoying just climbing over all these walls all the time.
The Heldenhammer! Take the ground! Go!
I do like all the artwork and stuff. So I kind of like their idea why they're doing this, but let's get into this scrum so that these Empire Knights just cannot charge. Actually, I'm going to wait. See, that's fine, whatever. Just, we can stay in there. That's fine.
Sigma calls!
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Moving
Why?
now!
Ugh.
To battle!
Pistoliers. Okay, get up here, guys.
March!
Like, they just always have to get caught in melee. They can't just, like, run around stuff.
Moving! Taking position! Pistoliers!
Yeah, so they're done.
Load and
That's fine. Let's just run them all down, kill them all. I just want the experience. We can hold on the mortar fire, though. Oh, we're actually out of ammo, so that's fine. I think they're just gonna run into this corner. Oh, that's the edge of the map. Okay. Well. Alright, that's fine. So, definitely not my greatest battle of all time. My micromanagement was pretty poor, especially with those crossbowmen. Like, how did they get over there? I can't even imagine what the scenario was before they got over there, but I'll have to go back and watch the replay. I was just obviously a little bit rusty there. So it's actually pretty good that I got some of my rust off for the battle that was going to be that dominant. And we honestly would probably need to dismiss some of these troops anyways. Oh, nice. That's actually really good against humans. Yeah, we would need to dismiss some of these troops anyways, just because we have our payroll is just too high right now. Oh my gosh, all of my outriders died though. Oh, I thought they were running. I don't even know like how they died or like what happened to them. So much going on. So I'm really sad to see those outriders go. They did me so well. They killed so many units, but they're starting to get a little bit outclassed, I think. They're not going to be good against dwarves, and they're not going to be good against kind of higher tech units, most likely. So they did very well early on. They're amazing early on in the campaign, but their time has come to an end, and hopefully we'll be able to get more outriders in the near future. So we'll see. That was really the only notable deaths. I mean, somehow how did my mortar get banged up? Surely the arrows weren't firing at them. They were on the very back line. I don't get it. There's a lot of stuff I didn't understand that's going on in that fight. Our great swords did get banged up a little bit, so that's kind of problematic, but okay, let's see what we got. So we could subjugate them if we really wanted to. The problem with subjugation is I wouldn't be able to complete the province, and I really want this province. Well, I don't really want it, but since I have the other two pieces, then I kind of want it. So I think subjugate's off the table. It is nice. It's like the vassalship that we saw before, except you have even more control over them. But they can rebel out of this. At least they could in Attila. So, you know, if the faction naturally doesn't like you very much, they might eventually rebel out of it. So, subjugation is something that should think very carefully about. And I don't think we're going to do it in this case. Now, I don't want to loot and occupy because I don't want that much of a public order problem right now. I mean, I guess the rebellion would appear right here, so it wouldn't be that bad, but occupy is decent, but I really need cash right now. So I think I can sack and then occupy and get the most cash. So I really just need cash. I don't need a ton of special buildings here, I just need money. So I think we're just going to sack. Alright, very good. Lots of good stuff there.
To the provinces.
And now, who's banged up the most? I think it's him, so he probably needs to heal the most.
Now.
But at the same time, I need my strong units to come down here. And this guy has
Yes,
the wizard, Malcador. He has some really good spells for like the buffs. When we're fighting dwarves, we can just, you know, knock out some of their armor and their melee attack. How far can he run? He can... Wait, why is there not a difference? Oh, wrong person. So he can't quite make it to town to heal. He can make it pretty far, though. Okay, let's go ahead and level him up first, since that one's kind of easy. Alright, so we got everything good in here. Oh, we can get Imperial Pegasus, which is nice. Yeah, that's actually what we're going to do, straight up. So it upgrades our stats quite a lot. More charge bonus, more speed. There's lots of good stuff going on there. We can't upgrade it even more. Get more speed and more charge bonus. It's probably not worth it, but it's on the table. Okay, so let's get that. Now, I think this upgrades his cost too, but I'm not 100%. How much does he personally cost every... 371? How much does...
I am ready. Are you?
How much does Balthasar cost? Okay, so it's costing me 41 gold per turn to have that Pegasus. So, I think Balthasar has the weaker army right now.
It is time.
And I really want to bring this guy down south too, because then I can deploy him and save money on buildings. So let's go ahead and just get this army going south.
Yes, sound plan.
Oh, actually he can make it. Nice. Alright, let's do it then.
On march.
We can heal up in this building. Oh, that's sweet. Look at that. Pegasus running. Okay, so now we're in a better position to come down if these dwarves start getting crazy.
Let us begin.
Oh, I guess I should have checked to make sure I can do this in one turn.
Ulrich's will.
Oh my gosh, I can't take it
By
this...
the comet.
Oh my gosh. That could have been a very, very dramatic mistake. If it doesn't let me take this next turn, and he actually gets to heal and like make a lord or something, I'm gonna
You
be
summon me.
very upset. I guess I'll just run back and do it again. It's gonna be a
Sigma.
huge waste of time. Let's go ahead and combine a few of these units then while we wait. Just to save a little money. I still need a huge force just to be able to deal with the threats, the potential
So-
threats, but dismiss that. I think the horses, the pistoliers are a bit expensive for what they are at this point. They're not. They're okay
I
against
will
other
marshal the
humans,
band.
but they're not great against dwarves and that type of stuff. So,
Be gone.
Do you take me
Don't
for a
think
show?
so.
what are these units? These look cool. Huh. All right.
Who calls?
I'll go ahead and get rid of these guys just to save a little bit. I don't think they're that effective against dwarves. Now, hopefully this won't entice them to come fight me. It might. I just have less military power, but that'll save quite a bit of money. Yeah, 4 turns for an upgrade. We're not hiring right now, so we can just go ahead and go for growth. I mean, if we go for cash, it'll give us 100 gold. do think growth. So let's see. So 3 turns would be 390. So an extra 2 turns of 20 is not going to matter in our calculations. I mean, we could also go for public order. That could buy some more time for us to go deal with other problems. I know it's 4 turns. I mean,
Yes,
although I wouldn't mind just killing a rebel army, just give him a bit of experience while we're just sitting here with some units. That's probably okay. We don't particularly need to hire right now. There's a chance we would want to hire next turn when we get into town. If I didn't mess this up too royally. But I may just want to wait to tier 4 to start hiring more stuff and just try to save up some cash. So I think our best bet might just be cash for now. Either public order or cash. I think I'm just going to go with cash, just an extra 100 gold next turn would be fine, I think. Well, let's just leave it on this just in case we have to hire. I mean, we don't know. 100 gold's not really that much. Okay, so that was bad. That was really bad, messing that up. So I should have just taken it, probably, because I forgot he doesn't have the movement speed to take it, so... Hopefully I can take it next turn, but if I have to just, like, siege it over again, I'm not going to be happy about that. They shouldn't have a garrison, so I shouldn't need to siege it. But we'll see. You know, that's potentially a pretty sizable mistake, because I really need to clean this up before Nordland comes at me.
Approach us, friend.
Well, let me see.
Come then. Only Sigma's god, Ulrich.
Just checking for cash at this point. I don't think we'll be able to do anything else.
Surely an agreement will be reached. But
What
are we
about
not
green
also...
people? Probably not. No, no, no. Anyone we're at war with, we'll just see if we can...
My
get some
throat.
peace.
The Empire.
And I guess we could also look to see if there's more wars down here.
Chopper.
If they'll pay us to go to war. No. What is Crocodrock? I could buy a war with Crocodrock. It's gotta be one of these things up here. They might come at us. I don't know, whatever, I'm not scared. Let's
In
just...
the north, we have cold hearts and heads. Good for hunting out half-truths and lies.
Oh. Wait, why does it say Crocodrock? Oh, that's a trade partner. I see. Not... Okay, so they're at war with character treaty. I can't do that because I can't break a treaty. Think about all the factions. Bought and sold about all the wars that I want to do right now. Okay, so that'll be it. We're just hanging out waiting. Can't make any units. I guess we could make units. No, we can't. We don't have any recruitment buildings. Now the question is, do we need to make units down here? I don't think so. I think this is enough of a standing army to dissuade some aggression, I hope. We don't need to upgrade this just yet. I want to get my wizard in here to save some cash. So let's just go ahead and call it a turn. Almost at the end of the episode. Oh, he's at war with Stirland? That's interesting. Oh, Stirland must have gone to war with him because I have a defensive alliance with Stirland, I think. That would have pulled me into their war if that happened. Yeah, Stirland declared war on them. Income. Wow, okay, here comes Chaos. So Chaos is already starting to stir at like turn 22. I think it's pretty early.
Not
Gosh,
likely.
please don't troll
The
me.
nation
Please don't troll me.
I shall be victorious.
It really pains me. It really upsets me. Because it's only... So I'm going to have to take even more time just because I've... Because I didn't
No
do that
peace,
correctly.
just war.
Dang it, I should have just occupied it. That's very upsetting. That's a very large mistake, I think. It's going to cost me at least 2 turns of movement with this guy. Alright. That's... Doesn't matter. I mean... Maybe when I fight flying things down the line, it could matter. I'm trying to think if Chaos has flying things. And they do have dragons. I guess. Sure. Whatever. That's fine. Get that. I mean, we don't need that yet, though. I guess I could get this. It just seems very disconcerting. It just... Or, not disconcerting, but just underpowered. Doesn't seem great. We could just get Prime Mover. I think I'm just going to get Prime Mover here, actually, just to save some money when I start building my Tier 4 out. Okay, so let's go ahead and split this guy off and come down here. So we don't need him anymore. We can just send this army up here to deal with that. Let's have him go ahead and come down here.
Powered by lightning.
Let's go ahead and deploy. So now we should be saving 20%, right? Yep. So we don't need it just yet. We could start upgrading some of this stuff with his discount. We're starting to get a little bit more breathing room cash-wise. We have 3,200 breathing room. I mean, 3 turns, how much is that extra building is going to cost us? 3840. No, we're not going to get any extra cash out of taking this town. Which one of these are safer? Grunsburg? Fairly safe. So 125, so it'll pay for itself in 13 turns. That's pretty good. Guard is kind of secure. I'm still a little worried about it. Is he sieging them or something? I don't know what he's doing there.
Big arm.
They don't seem hurt. They're not at war, are they? Let me see. Oh, they are at war. Paravon. Okay, yeah, they're at war with Paravon. Okay. Well, he's busy with them. I feel like this one might be okay to go ahead and get. It's a little undefended there. This is a very large commitment. That's just too big of a commitment right now. I don't think we can afford that. That's decent, and I think Helmgard is decent to upgrade. I think that's fine. This will give us a little bit more cash. They pay for itself in 13 turns. It's pretty good. We have a little bit of breathing room. I think that's fine.
The nation calls.
So now I need to run all the way back up here again. It's going to take me 2 turns to deal with this. I am auto-resolving it this time. I'm not even messing with that again.
I will not.
Could it be
arrest
exploitative?
Queen
Maybe, but I'm just angry about it. You know, I just don't want to do that again. I shouldn't have made that mistake in the first place. Okay, so I think that's going to be it for this turn. Let's go ahead and call it another turn. Oh, I mean, I'm not going to need the equipment because I'm going to attack with the mortar next turn. Whatever, I'll just make it. It's fine.
Just war.
Sure.
I shall be victorious.
Well, we should actually be able to
I am a
just
supreme
auto-resolve it
patriarch.
next turn once we get that battering rams. Okay, Nuremberg's kind of creeping.
Greetings, fellow heirs of Sigmar.
No. Is he gonna be upset about that? Probably, but at the same time, I don't want a war with the Border Princes. Alright, as you can see, I already have quite a collection of wars going on, so... No. Not for 300. He says that, but I don't think he's actually going to break trees or anything like that. I mean, he declared war on them. So it's not like they were aggressive on him. Because I have a defensive pact, if they declared war on him, I would have to defend him. But he was the aggressor. Alright, so I should be able to just auto-resolve this, I think, now.
Ulrich's will!
Yeah. And we're definitely auto-resolving. We're not going through all that again. And I think we're just going to occupy it. Okay, so we did get some more cash. That's good. Yeah, of course the auto-resolve has much better results. And we could get a little bit of cash, but I think I just want to occupy.
The nation calls.
So, I mean, I probably could have done that without bringing my other army back up there, but... we did get some items, so that's good. We got some items for some experience. So we're almost level 8 with Balthazar. So that wasn't the worst thing in the world. I think we're going to go up for spells now. Okay. Wait, Imperial Pegasus. Don't I have an Imperial Pegasus? Oh, yeah. What? Balthazar takes... Why does he take to turn 21 to get it when a normal lord gets it at level 9? What? That doesn't even make any sense. They just...
Yes?
He's just very underpowered. I mean, he's just not a good lord at all. But remember, it's just because of the way that the Empire works in terms of needing magic early, needing magic at the mid-game, and just the starting units. Then you just... I think he's a good selection. But he's very clearly underpowered compared to a lot of lords.
Raise Sigma.
Okay, so now we can run back down south. I don't... These guys might come for me.
That.
I don't know. They are walking in my territory. Like, they were near their territory, so I was okay with that. But...
What?
this is getting a little more sketchy. But I don't... they can't siege this and beat it. That's the thing. So Karaberg is now leveled up. So we can get... this. It may have been leveled up before and I just wasn't paying attention to it. Now I thought I got a discount.
What does the Emperor bid?
Who has the discount? It's him, right? Oh, local region, so it's not the province, it's just the region. We learned that last time. Which is not awesome, but whatever.
Ready.
Okay, so whatever, let's just buy it. We just need the cash. It's fine, pays for itself in 3 turns. Now we can hire now, if we want to.
You summon me.
The
I don't think we
Empire.
need to hire, I just want to run back down here.
To battle.
And just start... I guess the next target will be Marienburg. So we probably should go ahead and start massing up some units. Maybe even rotate this guy up there.
I'll ignore that.
Not really sure. I mean, we need to fight somebody. Obviously, we have huge armies. Anyway, so we need to fight someone. I think Marienburg makes the most sense.
Yes, my lord.
So we could start hiring down here. Just so we can defend this against them. Owlheart doesn't have much of a garrison. It's got 5. We have 25 units against their whatever.
So,
I think we should be okay. Marienburg is posturing fairly aggressively, like they're marching over here with that army.
what does the Emperor bid?
I am a Supreme Patriarch.
So I think I'll hire... If I hire 3 of these guys, I mean, I think I'm fully committed to trying to take out Marienburg right now.
Comet.
Do not waste my potential.
If that's true, I just need to mass up units and just start, like, going over here and going crazy on them. I think these northern... I could also go for this place. Now, I have a peace treaty with them for a while. Let me see. Nordland.
Do not waste my time with petty talk. Make your offer and be
So
done.
4 turns. They don't want to do anything. They're still really mad. Yeah. They're still really mad. So I could take out Nordland. But I think Marienburg is the larger threat. And I think they have a really good port. I saw this in another video. They have some kind of strategic port somewhere around here. This thing. Empire, Bretonian, and Undead. So I think they have a really nice port. And they have some pretty good territory. I wouldn't mind taking out Marienburg. And they're the largest threat to me on my border. Okay, so we're a little bit over time. I think I'm just going to buy here for now. Just buy some swordsmen. It'll put us a little bit in the red again, which is not awesome, but I think we're just gonna have to... Wait, now how many turns is it? 2 turns, and we're gonna need... almost 4,000 cash in 2 turns, so that's not awesome. So maybe I just wait. It's tough to say. I mean, so if I don't buy these, I need 4,000. I'm only losing 3 gold per turn right now. These will finish in a couple of turns, so I'll get some more cash. Let's see, so... But these will only finish right when I need to make this. I need to find some way to get to... Oh, I've got a rebellion in 2 turns, so I can just kill that rebellion. And then once I kill that rebellion, then that should give me enough cash to get that building. So that's fine. So I was thinking I might need to dismiss a couple of units or something just to save a couple 100 gold per turn. I mean, that may not be a terrible idea. I dismiss like some pistoliers, but I like having some cavalry for flanking against the big human factions. I think I'll keep them. I need to keep this a little bit of a force over here just to deter aggression, I think. Oh, and we have a provincial edict here, so what do we want? Oh, we're getting a rebellion here in 2 turns also, so that'll be lots of things to fight. If that's true, I might just want more units, but I think this is fine. This is fine. Okay, so what do we want? Rebellion's fine here. I'm cool with that. Growth would be nice. I could actually grow this. It's getting a little more dicey in terms of cash. I do want to grow it eventually. This might be a place where I could build up the techs to get to warrior priests and witch hunters. What? Oh. Middenheim Great Temple of Ulrich. What's it give? Okay, so +6 for warrior priests, witch hunters, 15 vampiric corruption. Adjacent provinces, reduction of vampiric corruption. Wow. I can accrue witch hunters anywhere. Warrior priest. It doesn't give you extra witch hunters. This gives you the extra witch hunters. But that is pretty sweet. Just that extra reduction in vampiric corruption is just massive for up north. That's just huge. So yeah, I definitely want to check this place out. And I was kind of wanting to get witch hunters anyways, like I just said, so this actually fits in very well. I like that. Okay, so I do want to level this up then. Is it worth it? That's the question, is do I go ahead and level it? Then we'll end the video there. I think 1440 is not a ton. I am going to be able to fight 2 rebellions, but I definitely want to make sure I can start this on time. Like, I do not want to be late with this. I want to get this up to tier 4 immediately so I get the Demigryph Knights. So I think I'm going to hold off just for a couple turns just because I'm not quite sure what the cash situation is going to look like. I could also dismiss a couple of units here if I really wanted to save some cash, but
Not likely.
these guys are posturing somewhat aggressively. Excuse me. So I think I'll go ahead and end it there. So I'm going to go ahead and end the episode here. I still need to do some... Let me get diplomacy here. I don't think there's anything new going on.
It is good to see fellow sons of the Empire this day.
I can actually confederate with Stirland. Wow. Okay, well, I will definitely look this over. This is... We don't have enough time to sit here and talk about what that means, confederation, and what that could mean diplomatically. This is a very dangerous area, and I'm certainly going to invite a whole bunch more wars if I confederate with them, but that will also let me get Karl Franz, and we'll get their 3 territories. So that could be a very huge confederation. So that's definitely something very exciting to look forward to next episode. So I will do a little research, kind of figure out whether I think this is going to be a good deal or not, look at the diplomatic situation, then I'll come back next episode and just kind of let you guys know. That's very exciting news. It's going to give us a lot of opportunities and a lot of danger, too, to do that. So lots of interesting options going on here. But yeah, we'll look into that next turn. Thank you very much. As always, it's a pleasure broadcasting for you. Like I said earlier in the video, if you have any comments that you'd like to share in terms of tips or advice for me playing, or questions that you have about your campaign that you'd like for me to try to answer, or just questions about the Empire in general or Total War, I'm more than happy to give you my insights on that. What I hope will be insightful. And if you just want anything named after you, or you just want to chat, just say how's it going. If there's a particular kind of video you want me to do, if you want me to do chaos, or you want me to try certain mods, just let me know. Some people have been asking whether or not I'll use different mods, and I would like to keep this campaign relatively mod free, other than the Conquer Anywhere for now, but I will definitely be doing future campaigns where I'll use the mods. So an ideal time for that would be if they release a new Legendary Horde. I'll try out some of these cool mods, or if they release a new race or anything like that, I'll definitely try out the new race with mods, everything. But I'm just going to constantly give you guys new Total War content, and we will definitely have some modded campaigns that will be very spicy and interesting. But just for the first run through of the basic campaigns, I think I'm going to keep it relatively clean, just so people can apply what we're doing as much as possible to their own campaigns without having to run these extra mods. But if you want me to try out different mods in the future, whatever, just leave me comments. Or if you just want to chat, I really enjoy the comments. So, and be sure to like and subscribe, as I say after every episode. It not only shows your support, but it helps bring fresh viewers in to enjoy the same kind of entertainment that I hope you're enjoying, to learn the same kinds of techniques that I hope you're learning. So it really helps out a ton with visibility, and just bringing other fresh people to the channel. So please consider subscribing, especially if you've watched a few videos. You know, if you're on the 8th one by now, you're probably enjoying yourself quite a lot. So be sure to subscribe. Give other people that opportunity to enjoy the content just as much as you do. And that's going to be it. So thank you very much. I hope to see you for next episode. Had a wonderful time, and have a wonderful evening.